Hour and a half, just about, news conference there from the District Attorney Andrew Womble out of Pasquotank County discussing the results of the North Carolina SBI investigation into the shooting death of Andrew Brown Jr. Womble announcing there that the investigation found that Brown's death was justified. It was his decision that no deputies will be charged in this case. Well, after more than 3 weeks, the public got its first look at the body cam footage showing Andrew Brown Jr.'s last moments. Here's what we learned from DA Womble just moments ago. Brown reportedly ignored commands from deputies to get out of the car. Womble says he instead backed his car and steered it into officers, and that led to the deputies firing shots. The cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds, one to his arm, then the fatal shot to the base of his skull. We're also learning more details about what led to the warrant. Womble says Brown had sold drugs to 2 undercover agents and says the deputies involved did not have any prior instances of excessive force.
Mr. Brown's death, while tragic, was justified because Mr. Brown's actions caused 3 deputies with the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office to reasonably believe it was necessary to use deadly force to protect themselves and others.
All of this contradicting what the family has been saying since his death, that Brown was fleeing the scene and posed no threat to the deputies when he was shot and killed. By the way, we are getting our first reaction, at least from the attorney of Andrew Brown Jr.'s family, a man who was helping to represent the family, Bakari Sellers, a well-known attorney throughout America, saying that Andrew Brown was not using his vehicle as a weapon. The contact was minimal at best and initiated by officers. Sellers went on to say that he was beyond law enforcement when multiple shots were fired, including the kill shot to the back of the head. He adds that 4 officers didn't feel as if their life was in danger. Demonstrators gathered early this morning ahead of the news conference. Dana Smith is live with their emotional reaction to the findings. Dana, just if you can, explain what it is like to be in Elizabeth City 3.5 weeks after this first incident.
Dan, 3.5 weeks, and these demonstrations have been ongoing, and there is a lot of heartbreak. There is a lot of anger. It was a smaller crowd today, but they still had a big message. About 30 people or so gathered outside the public safety building. They had their phones out watching the press conference live. As news broke that the actions of the sheriff's deputies were justified, there were a lot of angry outbursts. People screamed out, "Do they think we're stupid?" There were renewed calls for truth and transparency. A woman who identified herself as a relative of Andrew Brown Jr. was understandably emotional. She echoed cries for the full body camera footage to be released publicly.
You ain't had to shoot him and kill him. You ain't had to kill him. That's justified? How's it justified? You ain't showed us the tape. Who did the kill shot? That's my question. Who did the kill shot?
Again, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of anger, and a lot of people were saying that they don't believe that that investigation was fair. I'm live in Elizabeth City. Dana Smith, 13 News Now.